Chiron will soon enter Taurus. This is going to take place in the month of June 2026, and this is going to change the whole game of Chiron. Indeed, in Aries, the planet Chiron works in a specific environment. It helps to understand the wounds that we have, to go through a healing process in a very specific way. And this is going to be completely different when it will be in Taurus, as the environment in which he works is going to be different. I will present a webinar about the transit of Chiron in Taurus. All the information are here below in case of interest. But now, Chiron is not yet in Taurus. He is in the sign of Aries, and that's what I would like to talk about today. Chiron is the wound, but also all the process of understanding, observing, analyzing that eventually leads to the possibility of healing. So it can be a very concrete healing, like of a health issue, but it can also be a more symbolic healing, that is to say, reaching a better state of well-being in an area of another of our lives. So in Aries, Chiron is all about new situations that have come in our life. Any initialization of something new. It speaks about entrepreneurship. It speaks about sport, workout, and activities. It speaks about violence as well. All those areas are related to the energy of Aries. This worry sign, wars are of course also related to this energy. And so we have seen many different situations occurring since the beginning of this transit, which took place in 2018. So you might want to look back in your life at what you started in, or as of 2018, that might be related to those different concepts. That is to say, something brand new you started in which you invested a lot of energy, some situation of violence that you might have faced or lived in a way or another, and that is, impactful and significant in your life, that has made something change. Any workout, or sport that you did start, anything really that brings energy or stirs energy and that has come into your life since 2018. Now, Chiron is at the very last part of this transit. And so it's a little bit like the last chance to work with what we have understood, lived, and experienced since 2018. So before getting in Taurus, it will be doing three aspects, or it will be doing a bit more than three aspects, but I would like to cover the last three conjunctions. So the first one will be with Mercury, and this will take place on the 2nd of May 2026. Mercury is all about communication, motion, movement, mobility, people around you, like friends or your peers. So the 2nd of May and the day that surrounds it will be very interesting in terms of understanding deeply what kind of things we can say to finalize a healing. If you have a situation with some friends that needs to be addressed, if there are thoughts that you need to change, those little thought patterns that are actually blocking us and not really helping us to progress, this is a wonderful day to take action, take an initiative about that, speaking a word that you have kept in yourself, getting into this communication, because communication heals around that date. Then Mars will reach the longitude of Chiron. that's going to take place on the 16th of May 2026. Mars is the capacity to take action. It is also this decisiveness and the possibility to cut things from your life. So what is it that you might be able to understand deeply around the 2nd of May, and for which you can take a decisive action around the 16th of May? Mars will help you. The healing lies in the actions you can take and in the initiatives that you can eventually decide to take after maybe years of, different experiences leading you to that moment. It can be extremely powerful and definitely a healing approach. And the last conjunction that will be made between Chiron and the moon. There were dozens of those, right? But the last one will occur on the 11th of June, 2026. Amongst the various symbolism of the moon, one is memory. And so this date, the 11th of June 2026, is a very interesting date to be at peace with some of the memories of what you have lived in the last 8 years. If there's a time where digesting symbolically very emotional experience we've been through is possible, that's definitely this date there, the 11th of June. The capacity to integrate that, accept what has been into this last 8 years, the good as well as the bad, and be ready for the entry of Chiron in the sign of Taurus.